Hey, Carla, how are ya? Hey, Monique, how are you? I am going to Montana. I'm going to Montana to visit a friend of mine. Well, not a friend, family, basically. Some of you guys have heard the story, twisted and gross as the story had been twisted to, but the real truth, obviously, is I'm going to Montana to visit family of people that aren't really my family, but they might as well be because they treated me like family right from the get go when I was a young little boy, about 7, 8 years old. And in that process, because I spent a lot of time in the hospital, as well as this other female, she was around the same age, give or take a few years. I don't remember lower or higher. I believe she's a little bit lower in age than I am now, but well, it has always been. But anyway, it was puppy love between her and I. I thought she was the sexiest thing on the planet as a little boy, and through that, I started to fall in love with her mother as a mother figure. And a lot of people wanted to twist that and said, that's not what I said, and blah, 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 but it is what I said. See, grew up in a group home, and I grew up with no family structure. So I didn't have the mom or even dad connection. So through the process of having that puppy love in the hospitals, because we both spent a lot of time in the hospital, I got to really know her mom and enjoy the fact that she wanted to treat me like her son, and me wanting to treat her like mom. So I call her mom, and she calls me Alex, of course, probably. But if you ask her who's in your family, and she'll think of me right away, also, along with the rest of her family. So there's a long answer to your question, Carla. I'm doing good, Monique. You have fun. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm hoping to have lots of fun. I chose 2 weeks vacation out there just because I figured 1 week isn't long enough. 2 weeks might be too long. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Got to keep myself busy, take lots of pictures. And I see there's 5 of you watching, so the 3 of you that aren't speaking, hello to you. I hope that you give me a thumbs up, just because. If you're just watching and not participating, great. If you're watching to try and grab anything, go for it. It is what it is. And like my nose, it keeps itching every single time I go live on a live stream. My nose wants to itch, and people say, "Well, you're picking on your nose." Well, no, I'm just trying to pick on the outside. Sometimes I go on the inside because it itched. Oh well. And so, yeah, I usually go on around 2 hours later than this because I usually have a dog to take care of. But my dog is being watched by my neighbor. and she took him last night. So he's in good hands. So what are you guys doing up so early? What had you wake up and see the world? You've been to this beautiful state? Yeah, Montana is beautiful in the sense during the summertime. I'm not a fan of it in the wintertime. Not at all. Wintertime, it can get as below as like in the early teens, or the year that I left was a record low for me, and I left when that state was about negative, what was it, negative 10 in the wintertime. So yeah, winter time is not very fun for Colorado, or I mean for Montana, but I have some fun. You got to do some things. Got to do some what's. Oh, we lost a viewer. Bummer. Oh, we're down to 3. Monique and one on that. Oh, okay. You guys are still here. Mr. Positive, your sweetheart and God has a special place. Aw. Enjoy your sleep, Monique. I hope you have a beautiful sleep, my friend. Thank you very much for your compliment. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on your way out. Even though it doesn't matter when I only have 5 people watching, but Carla, did you disappear on me? Good morning, Karen. How are you? Not much conversation. I might come up with something. Might just come up with a bitch session about the world. Or somebody's willing to want to come up on panel to try to shoot the shit with me. The StreamYard link is pinned, so you're more than welcome to do that. But that's good. That you're doing really good, Karen. You're busy. That's awesome. Busy with family, busy with yard work, busy with what, if you don't mind me asking. I see. Thank you, Carla. I'm going to make sure that I'm off of here before so I give myself plenty of time to get ready for a very long day on the plane. $10:30. Okay. Ooh, that's early. But it takes about 2 hours to get to the airport. And my flight leaves at 1:30. Oh, Karen, where? I am going to Montana. Visit family. People that treated me like family ever since I was a little boy. They're not actual blood family, but they're family that treated me like family ever since I was a little boy. My flight, I think I said, was 1:30. Carla? Or no, I need to be there by 1:30. I think I said, I don't know what I said. Hold on. Let me find out. I probably should know this stuff, huh? I know what airline. United. 8:27, and I'm going to the jungle. Ooh. The jungle, is that for your grandkids? What is the jungle? Can you explain more on that? Is that for your kids, your grandkids? Grace Community Church. Karen Burns, you do not have to worry about people typing to you. So your kids, you and your kids are going to the jungle. Well, that sounds exciting. I like that thought. Don't. Your upcoming trip to Billings is almost complete. Well, what did I not complete? I think I completed everything. Your husband and you? Oh, that's awesome. Well, you have a great time, Karen. I might. I don't think I'm going to go live for the next 2 Saturdays. On YouTube, anyway. Oh, let's see if I can't find my information for Carla. Or was it? What time is it? Well, I suddenly don't have a brain to remember who said what. I think it was Carla that asked. I am leaving. When? See, that was the. Okay, so yeah, the plane leaves at 1:45. Casey, how are you, friend? So yeah, Carla, it leaves at 1:45. Yeah, Carla's a really sweet lady. Sometimes I make her morning meetings that she does Monday through Friday. And sometimes she sleeps in, like the other day. She wasn't on. I like Carla and friends. Yeah, I do too, Karen. She's a really sweet lady. As a wife and mother, we need to get ready, have a safe trip. All right, see you guys, Karen. I'll bring lots of information. So I got a notice on my phone because I kind of think that the phone listens to you. I know that sounds conspiracy theory, but I truly believe that it listens with whatever conversation you have, or it's recording trip searches that you have. Anyway, I got a notice I got a little article in the mail, in the YouTube mail, like a newspaper. Yeah, what the hell? I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. A TikTok star called out Delta for breaking her wheelchair on a flight. Wow. So why did I get that? I don't know, but it made me realize that I need to do a couple of things. No, I don't. I mean, it's not negative news, Karen. It was just interesting news that came up in my feed that an individual, a female YouTube star who's disabled, recently went on a trip and had to experience that the airline broke her wheelchair. And then that because her wheelchair was broken, she had to be humiliated in front of her friends because I guess she couldn't get around very well. Because the front caster of the wheelchair, the front tire broke or was off the ground when she sat in the chair. So it wasn't just a simple casting that broke, it was the frame that broke. Where? Let's see. I don't know if she says where, but let me see. A TikTok star and disability advocate called out Delta Airlines in a viral post for breaking her wheelchair in transit and ruining her trip. Bree told Insider that the dehumanizing experiences highlights a reoccurring problem where airlines don't take care with wheelchairs and end up causing problems for the disabled and passengers. I agree. There was one time that the sides of my wheelchair broke off, and I knew it had everything to do with my Karen Burns. Hello. If you want to turn your camera off, you can, Karen, and I'll add you. If you want to have your camera off, or you can have it on. Either way, adding you on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you. So now turn me off.
You turn yourself off. I can't turn your camera off.
How do I do it? You're in the show. Everyone can hear you. How do I turn it off? Leave.
Oh, you left. There's an option. Let me see. Carla might know if you can turn your own camera off, but I don't know if you can. Carla, can I, as the host, turn her camera off? I'll try that, Karen, next time you get back on. If you want to try one more time. I hope you want to try one more time. So Scalisi is her last name, I suppose. Doxter. Oops. She's in the news. People give it up. So I didn't dox her. A model and disability advocate handed her chair over to airport staff when she took flight 3737 from St. Paul, Minnesota to Newark, New Jersey on July 4th. She said she had been in the Midwest for a wedding with her boyfriend, but after the flight home, she realized that her chair had been irreparably disabled or damaged. So I was wrong. Apparently, she didn't. It's not that she didn't enjoy her trip while she was there. I guess her boyfriend didn't know. Helped her realize, you know what? You're fitting in your chair because it's broken. You've sat in your chair differently. Let's see here, Karen. You don't want to try get on the panel real quick, or you have to go that quick? It was a one-time ordeal.
Hello?
Hello, Karen.
Listen, I gotta tell you my situation first. My husband's gonna kill me because I'm not getting ready because we have to go to New York.
Well, why are you talking to me?
Well, because I feel I need to. Listen, when you go to the airport, disabled people, I'm disabled, and
Right.
I go for the pat down because those x-ray machines are really bad.
Right.
And when I go on the pat down line, I meet the most amazing people, and you're a great talker, and you have a great community forming. If you go on that pat down line, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because I fly about twice a year, so
Oh,
I know that
you're
it takes about an hour for them to get to me, and then
Right.
another 15 minutes to pat me down.
All right, let me tell you, it's going to take longer because I think what they, the elite, whoever runs this world, I think what they're doing is attacking disabled people. We got, in the United States, we get great disability. I couldn't even believe I won my disability case because I got sick at my job and I didn't get workers' comp.
Yeah.
So getting the disability wasn't enough for me to live on my own, but I live with my husband. Like it gave me enough independence that I could still do my own things, which, I could buy a car, I could do anything. I could fly. So then I started going away because I wasn't working anymore. I was on disability. And I started flying, which I didn't fly for 20 years before that. Anyway, I go to that pat down line. I don't put my luggage on. They say, put your luggage on. Let me go through your stuff. I don't do it. I said, when you're ready to bring my stuff, when you're ready to take me, I will put my stuff on the conveyor then. Because they take your luggage, put it on the other side, then they pat you down, and then you get your luggage.
Right. I never thought of it. What's
I didn't either.
What's the benefit though? What's the benefit of not letting them scan it early? I mean, while you wait for them to get you.
Because then it's down there and you're back there, so somebody could steal your stuff.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Mr. Positive, they do everything in this world to scare us. Yesterday, I'm sitting in New Jersey. They're telling the whole world we're going to get blown away by Elsa, like Elsa and Frozen. And my phone rang so many times saying every county in New Jersey was going to fucking blow up the earth. Excuse my language. You know why I like Laura and Miss Wonderful.
Right.
Us New Yorkers talk like this. And I'm going to fucking become a YouTuber. And I'm going to fucking take my community down, which I don't have one, but
Right.
I'm sick of this shit. Look at how everything went in alignment. How Chasing
Yeah.
called out Wendy. Like, you see the whole thing evolving. And now look at Laura fucking, like, everyone's attacking different systems at the same time.
Yeah.
We are going to win. We are the special people. And this is a special time.
I agree with you, Karen.
That's why I'm trying to tell you how to get on the plane so I can get off the phone because my husband's going to kill me.
All right. Sounds good.
He's a nice guy.
I know you're not literal.
He
Don't.
just gets nervous, you know, and I got to honor that because I love him to death.
Yeah.
But
Don't
that's
clip
why
it,
I'm not
anyone.
gonna-
Her husband's really
All
not
right.
going to kill her.
All right, just keep your luggage with you.
Okay.
Go to the pat down and stand in yourself. You're beautiful. I didn't even hear about your trip because I've been too busy, but you fucking rock. So just
Well,
go to
thank
the
you.
airport, knowing who you are, get on the plane. Don't let, just do that.
Yeah. I'm
And
gonna
have fun.
go. I'm gonna go have fun. Try to be
All right.
different and things like that.
Good.
So I appreciate you.
Good.
I am gonna try it
All
this
right.
time. I am gonna try your trick. I've never
Yeah, it's
I've
great.
never held my luggage until it was my time. So thank you for that.
I learned this differently. So have fun.
I will.
Now you all have my number. Delete the video and the thing, please.
Oh, I did.
said I'm
Does it not show deleted?
I can't check it. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have.
I deleted it right away.
I love
So
you.
I
See
co-
why I love you.
yeah, I love you too. I
Oh.
copied and pasted it into my computer, and then
Oh,
I
so you're on
deleted
the
it right away.
phone.
So
I thought you were calling me through the internet. I'm talking to you on the phone. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just learning how this technology works because the whole algorithms change, and now I understand it more. So now I'm going to go get ready. Have a
All right.
wonderful time.
All
You
right,
have my
Karen.
number. You can text me anytime, okay?
all right, Karen, sounds great. I'll look forward to it.
Listen, don't be surprised if you come back from that trip a new man. I'm just saying, have fun.
I hope so. All right, talk to you later, friend.
No, just do it. Don't hope. Don't think. Just do it.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Gotcha.
Just do
Gotcha.
it. What do you think Nike was saying that to us before?
You're
And now
right.
we're gonna fucking take this whole shit down. They are losing. Do you know about the weather notification?
No.
All right, good. You don't need to know. Have fun.
All right, talk to you later,
Bye.
Karen. Bye. Well, that was fun for the 75 of you watching. Anyway. So let's see. Bree told Insider that the dehumanizing experiences highlights a reoccurring problem where airlines don't take care with wheelchairs and end up causing problems for disabled passengers. Miss Bree, a model and disability advocate, handed her chair over to airport staff where she took flight 3737 from St. Paul, Minnesota to Newark, New Jersey on July 4th. She said she had been in the Midwest for a wedding with her boyfriend, but after the flight home, she realized that her chair had been irreparably damaged. In a TikTok video filmed shortly after the flight, Miss Bree told her 478,000 followers that today my freedom and independence was taken away. And I don't know how I'm going to live my life. Don't know the backstory on that, why she was dramatic. Probably because she probably doesn't, make a lot of money. Listen, guys, a manual wheelchair is the cost of a used vehicle, a high-end used vehicle. Probably you can probably get it. You can get a brand new looking vehicle for this cost, but usually, anyway, the cost of the manual chair that we sit in, that we use, mine was $17,000. $17,000. So the airline broke her chair. And the story will continue. So she told Insider that her boyfriend first noticed the damage to her chair when one of the caster wheels, a small front wheel that helps the chair maneuver, no longer touched the ground. The frame had buckled, leaving the brake pushing on the wheel. The balance was off as well, leaving Miss Bree tilting to one side as she sat in the wheelchair. The damage had left on the chair, essentially unusable. Well, she used it, but so I'm not quite sure the story there. I'm not sure how she didn't realize that her chair was broken until afterwards, after the fact. But she did say in this one paragraph that when she sat in the chair, it was very awkward for her, even though she didn't realize something was wrong. So I just immediately went into shock, Miss Bree told Insider. She said that Delta staff referred her to baggage services. Okay, there's the problem right there. Even Delta, even airlines will treat you like treat the possessions that you own that shouldn't be treated like. Sorry about my phone. The wheelchair, in a sense, just like this article is going to say, should be treated as us, an extension as of us. But this Delta airline, because they didn't want to mess with it, didn't wash their hands of it, sent her to baggage services because her chair was broke. And this was probably on the way home that she noticed it instead of the way up there. So she said that Delta staff referred her to baggage services, which she described as dehumanizing, given how vital the chair is to her. So basically they said, well, even though it's your wheelchair, all complaints should go to the baggage department. Now you could say to yourself, because I had, well, it's not the airline's fault. It's the baggage department because of the following. This happens because our wheelchairs are really treated like baggage, not an extension of our bodies, she said. So I'm going to say it this way. When people have to give up their dogs to go underneath the plane, they're treated a little bit better than luggage, or they pass out, or they die, or whatever. Wheelchairs need to be handled in the same manner as a pet that has to go under the plane, my opinion, instead of just luggage, because when you do luggage, You just plop the wheelchair in there. You don't realize that. And then the next baggage carrier comes along, because they probably work in tandem, 2-3 people at once to load the plane, and then they load another 50-pound, 60-pound bag and plop it in there. Essentially, possibly breaking your wheelchair. And I think that's where kind of the beginning, and I think that's where kind of the beginning of the problem starts, is they're not seen as a part of us, our wheelchairs, and our medical devices aren't seen as part of us either. That's very true. Because I had an experience with them breaking my wheelchair, and it took them forever to fix my problem, but they fixed it. But it just took them forever to get it done. My side guards that they broke. In a statement to Insider, Delta said that its staff consider a wheelchair as an extension of a person. Well, if they did, her chair wouldn't have been broken. Just saying. And said that it was talking to Miss Bree about what happened. Okay, well, I hope she gets some kind of compensation. And since her chair was permanently broke, the airline should fork out the amount for a new wheelchair. Sorry, not sorry. Ms. Bree said that the problems like this are common for disabled people. In her TikTok, she said, "I want to, my community, want to experience the world. We want to travel, and we don't want to be afraid that at the end of our flight, our freedom won't be there." And remember, guys, when she says she doesn't want to worry about her freedom not being there, well, if they break your chair, your freedom's gone, because who is going to help you drag you to a vehicle to get away from the airport? Or if you drive, listen to this, guys. I drove alone for a good 7 months. And in that 7 months, I went on a couple of airline trips, right? What if they broke my wheelchair and I wasn't going to be able to use my wheelchair to drive, because I had the front seat of my vehicle torn out or taken out, and my wheelchair was placed in the spot where you sit. So when you drove, you're actually driving while you're sitting in your own wheelchair. So what if the chair broke? It's not very fun when that happens. Thankfully, things like irreparable damage didn't happen to my chair, and all they had to fork out was a couple of $100 for side guards. Believe it or not, that's an expensive. Every little piece that comes off of a wheelchair is terribly expensive. So they had to spend around $400 for side guards that they had broken. One of Miss Bree's friends had the same thing happen to her. Gigi DeFibre's chair was broken also by Delta on a May trip from New York to Phoenix, which Miss Bree also highlighted in a viral TikTok posted that was viewed 17 million times. That's crazy. Miss Bree told Insider that her friend is still waiting on the repairs to her chair 7 weeks later because of errors by the repair company. Luckily, I have a connection where if something broke from my chair. In fact, I'll tell you a story. When I was crossing a road here in my town, I had the right of way. Oh, I didn't have, well, the light turned a walking sign for me, so I started to go. Well, I was crossing where a huge truck decided to keep going right on red. Because here in, I guess, the world, you can go right on red without having to focus on the red light. And what the driver is doing, so let's say the traffic is going this way, right? So you're seeing traffic going from here all the way down, and you're seeing a constant flow of traffic in your right of way. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay attention to the traffic going this way, and you're going to wait for an opening. And when that opening happens, you gun it and you take off, right? Well, and right when you turn, you're supposed to look over to make sure there's no obstruction, because you're supposed to also know that if it's right on red, pedestrians are still allowed to cross the street. And in our world, pedestrians have the right of way. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, the driver crashed right into me, right? I wasn't damaged. Thankfully, I was using my power chair, but the impact of the power chair received from the vehicle broke my handle, where I used to drive, and I couldn't go home very easily with it. So they had to do a whole thing. They had to find a police cruiser that was a van, which is rare in my little city, but they found one, and they took me home. And it took, I was saying it didn't take as long as this poor lady's company or friend, because I have a good wheelchair company. However, to have the insurance talk to each other did take a couple of weeks, so I had to use, thankfully, I had a manual chair that I could lug around in. And so I wasn't trapped at home. It was just very difficult for me. So anyway, the lack of insurance probably took about 2 weeks. And then once that was straight, and once the insurance realized that it was his fault, not mine, because he got the ticket and I didn't, because I was just going when the walk sign said go. Anyway, he got a ticket, and about 2 months later, I had a brand new wheelchair. So yes, 7 weeks stinks. Did I say 2 months? About a month. About a month later, I got my wheelchair. But I had to get a brand new wheelchair. They couldn't repair it because part of the rules are if structural damage happens to the chair, they don't repair things, because they don't tear down the chair just to see if the frame is broke, because that would be tedious and long standing. So they said any structural hit to the wheelchair has to be repaired. Replaced. So my power chair, which cost $25,000, give or take a few $1,000s, had to be rebought. So that's the story of what happened, and I understand about how long it takes things and how long your life can go interrupted, right? And if you don't have a power chair, if you don't have a secondary chair, then you can be stuck. Thankfully, I had a secondary chair. All right. So her friend is still waiting on repairs to her chair 7 weeks later because of errors by the repair company. Well, thankfully, I have a good repair company that actually didn't even have to repair. They just replaced it. I guess in some states, they ultimately try to repair damages like that instead of saying, listen, we already know it's irreplaceable or it can't be fixed. Might as well buy a new one. So that's probably was the problem. They wanted to fix her chair instead of replace her chair. Miss Bree told Insider, I do believe that it's not an individual's problem. Or wait, Miss Bree told Insider, I do believe that it's not an individual problem or an individual person's problem or even an individual airline problem. I think it's a deeper systemic issue. 26 wheelchairs are damaged a day by airlines in America. And when I heard her, I don't know what statistics she pulled that from, but that's crazy. 26 wheelchairs a day are broken by airlines in America. Wow. It blows my mind that this can keep happening with no changes being made, whether that's a specific area for medical devices, under the plane, or what I think most people would love is to have our chairs on the planes with us, even if that's not us in them, to have them strapped somewhere strapped on the plane. What I will say to that is it's impossible. I mean, we're already cramped as it is. So I would never think that the airline could fix that problem, especially because then you're coming down with, well, we can fit one or two chairs maybe, but what happens if suddenly we have a wheelchair event and 30 people want to book together to go take a flight that are also disabled, with whether it's a cane, wheelchair, power chair, manual chair, whatever, then that would not be feasible. So I hear what she's saying, but that's just not going to happen, and that's not going to be feasible. However, they can and should set aside a certain section of the plane that isn't dumped on by other luggage. U.S. Department of Transportation figures show that thousands of wheelchairs and scooters per year are damaged on flights, with 10,548 damaged in 2019. An insider, Miss Talia reported. In a statement to Insider regarding breaking of Miss Bree's wheelchair, Delta said, we consider a wheelchair as an extension of a person and understand that any mishandling of this mobility device directly impacts their daily living. We are affirmatively working with the customer to understand what occurred. What occurred, sir or ma'am, is the luggage department broke the chair. So I don't understand that, reinvestigating it. But I guess they have to say what they have to stay legal. We are proactively working with our advisory board on disability and our cross-divisional operations team to continuously improve the travel experience for our customers with disabilities. Well, I hope so. All right, guys. Oh, excuse me, pardon my yawn. Only 3 of you watching. Let's see. I've been on for 51 minutes, so we're going to call it at the hour, unless somebody jumps in real quick. Wants to have a conversation with me. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and quit. Once I hit about an hour's worth of streaming. So Carla, if you're still in here, how's your morning been? I don't know if I saw your answer when I asked what are you doing up so early on a Saturday. You might have said something, I don't know. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. Thank you very much for being a part of this channel. Karen, Carla, Casey, Karen. Yeah. You guys are awesome for showing up, saying hello. Monique, thank you very much. You all have a beautiful, wonderful Saturday, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Till then, talk to you later. Bye-bye.